Okay, welcome to Daily 3D Revolve. Today I'm doing a Design Spark mechanical tutorial, and this is actually going to be a redo. I had created a part from two-dimensional drawing the other day, and we turned it into a three-dimensional drawing. So I got some pretty uncomplimentary criticism, we would call it, from either a subscriber or somebody that saw the part and had a lot of pretty negative things to say about it. That I didn't do it correctly, or I don't know what the exact comments were, but they weren't great. So I'm going to go ahead and try to redo this a little bit better. So this was the part. It was the part with the rabbit ears. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and recreate this. So I don't mind constructive criticism, but I think this particular viewer kind of took it a little bit too far. This channel is relatively new, so I'm still learning. I want to be able to share my experience with 3D modeling, and I've created lots of parts, hundreds of parts, probably over the last 10 years. And I want to be able to share some of that with people that are passionate about 3D modeling. And I want to make sure that whatever I'm putting out there is accurate, and that you guys are going to get some value from it. That's the most important thing. I mean, a lot of this stuff that I'm doing, obviously when you're creating a three-dimensional model of your own, you don't really necessarily have to have dimensions. As long as the part looks good, as long as the part is even, it's concentric, the holes are round, that's all that really matters. As long as it's a robust part that you can print and you can use, that's really what I'm trying to accomplish here. I'm more of an artist than I am a engineer or industrial designer. But now when it comes to stuff like this, obviously if you were creating this part for a manufacturing process, I worked in manufacturing for many years. I'm familiar with the CNC process. I'm familiar with machining parts on aluminum, stainless steel, titanium, and even carbon fiber. So I understand that things need to be precise. This part is not by any shape of the imagination what you would call a tight tolerance manufacturing drawing. This is just something that somebody scanned. You can obviously see that it's scanned, and it's a poor quality scan. But basically I'm just trying to show you guys how to use the tools. So if you wanted to create something like this, that you would be able to do it with Design Spark Mechanical. We're not machining this part here, so the tolerances don't have to be perfect. You know, they got to be close. But this is just for tutorial purposes. It's just so you can better understand how to use the tools. Okay, with that being said, we're going to go ahead and we could put some construction lines out here. That would be helpful. So we're going to go ahead and turn on the snap, and let's go ahead and just put a construction line out here. Alright, now we're going to get the construction line again. We're going to put one here. Just kind of straight through the middle. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and move this part to the center of the construction line. Okay. Now you're going to go ahead and get your circle tool, and you're going to work with that. First circle is 82 millimeters. And let's draw another circle. Second circle is 64. Third circle is 55. Okay. Now you want to go ahead, and we're going to go ahead and offset this construction line. First offset's going to be 41. Second offset's going to be 41. And then the bottom offset's going to be 35. Okay. Now you're going to go ahead and get your circle again. You're going to draw these. They're 12. So draw one there. Draw one on the right side. Now this is 24. You're going to draw that. And draw another one, 24. Okay, now you're going to go ahead and this diameter here is missing. So you're going to go ahead and just draw that. And I put 106 the first time, so we'll go 106. Now you want to get your tangent line here. And you're going to go from those points there, and you're going to come over here and do the same on this side. Then you're going to do the same on the bottom. Come across to here. Okay. Now let's go ahead and click on that. Go to move. Hopefully this isn't going to move my... It is. Okay, you're going to have to make another construction line. So put another construction line. Let's go. I don't want to do this. Let's put these circles in here first. So go ahead and right mouse click on that, set as mirror. Let's get your line tool. You're going to go from here, just with the point snap, just come across here like this. Okay, now you're going to offset that. You're going to move that up 24, so type 24. Then you're going to move that one up 20. Okay. I'm going to get rid of that middle line there. We can probably get rid of these two at the bottom there. We don't need them. And then get rid of these lines here. Oh, actually, no, you need those. Okay, now you're going to go ahead and just put a line in there. So go from center straight up. We could call this 100. All right, now we're going to go click on the line. We're going to go to move. We're going to change that anchor point, so click there. We're going to go to the center point, and then we're going to rotate this. This is going to be 30 degrees. Okay. Now you're going to go ahead and copy paste. You're going to move, change the anchor point to there, and now you're going to move this to the other side, which is going to be 300. Go ahead and click off. Now you'll have to do control paste to put the line back on the left. Okay, now let's go ahead and control plus. Let's pan this down. Let's put these 12. Let's control plus. 12. Let's pan down. Well, let's just put that 12 in there while we got it. 12. Let's pan down here. Let's get this one in. 12, and then do this one over here. 12. Okay, these have to be, what are these, 24? 24, I think. Let's make sure. No, this is 26, so undo. Undo. Let's go pan this down. Let's go get the middle one. Let's put 26. Let's pan over. Let's get this one to be 26 too. 26. 26. Control minus. Let's go ahead and offset this line. $13. Let's offset this line to 13. Do the same over here. This goes to 13. This one here goes to 13. Let's pan up. Okay, you're going to go ahead and put your line in here. Let's get a circle in there. Let's type, actually this is 44, so let's go ahead and do this circle, 44. Let's move this. Okay, let's just see. Let's get our 3-point arch. Go from somewhere over here. No, that's not it right there. Let's type in it needs to be 44, so there to there. Okay, it's 44. Okay, you got all these lines. Let's pan this up. Looks like you're ready to trim. So let's click on this. Let's move it. Let's grab our trim away. Start getting some of these. Undo that. Let's make sure that you get just what you need. It's going to do that. For some reason that's not there, so we're going to have to. There we go. This one we're just going to have to click on and delete. Okay, let's go ahead and get our trim away. Okay, keep trimming those till you get them done. Okay, now you're going to go ahead. Let's get our create rounded corner. This needs to be 12, so just go ahead and punch in 12 there, and then this one here needs to be 12. 12. Okay. Now you're going to go get rid of some of these. Delete. Get the trim away. Let's get rid of that, those. Okay, so you're getting there. Let's go, let's pan up. All right, let's go ahead and trim this stuff here. Trim away. Okay, let's get that. Let's get this piece here. Don't need any of this. Okay, let's get rid of this one. These. Okay, we'll just keep that one there because we need to rotate one around. So let's go ahead and just keep that center one there. Okay, this looks good. We can keep that little piece there, so let's go ahead and get rid of this. Okay, this is 7 plus 7, so that's 14, so let's offset these. Let's go over 7, enter. That can't be 7. That can't be that wide. This has to be 7, the whole thing has to be 7. why it says 7 there for one of them. So actually let's go 3.5. And then just do this one 3.5. To me that looks like that's how it's supposed to be. Let's move it into place. Yeah, let's say that that's correct. Let's go ahead and trim this. Let's get rid of that. Oops, didn't want to do that. Let's go ahead and extend these. Okay, so this looks like this is good. You can get rid of this outer circle here. Let's go ahead and drag them. Don't do it with that. You'll trim away. Select those. Let's go to move. Let's go to create pattern. Make sure that's checked on. Let's drag that to the center. And let's drag these around. I think you need 12. Okay, that's good there. Let's go ahead and select the click off. Let's get our trim away. Trim away these little center pieces. Okay, I think you're ready to get rid of everything. Let's just make sure this looks good. This is good here, this is cornered here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and delete this. Now we're gonna get rid of these, delete. Okay, now you're gonna go ahead and let's get rid of that. Let's go ahead and spin this. We're gonna extrude it and add some stuff to it, details to it. Let's put 50 millimeters for this one. Let's drag this down 20. Okay, this is going to be our part. Let's go ahead and move this down to the bottom. So we're going to go pull. We're going to pull down to here. Okay, and now I want to move this also down to here because I don't want it to be like that. Spin this around. And now we're going to go ahead and put in some details. So right here we'll go 2 millimeter fillet. Here we're going to go 1.5 millimeter fillet. And the entire outside of this thing 1.5. These middle pieces don't need. Delete. Don't need these over here. Delete. Okay, now you're going to add some fillets to these. So we'll go ahead and select just the out. I'll hold down Control key. Get these, all of these. Type in 1.5. Or actually go to pull. 1.5. Actually, 1 millimeters. Okay. Spin this. Looks like a good part. And then we'll go ahead and in the tutorial we'll go to top. This one is definitely better than the last one. I thought that this measurement actually was here when I thought it wasn't there. This was actually there, although it said 7 halfway. This would have made this 14, which would have been really big. So I think this should have been 3.5 halfway and 3.5 the other. You know, you gotta pick and choose with your the stuff you get off the internet, because sometimes it's accurate, sometimes it's close to accurate, but they could give you more details. Let's just get rid of these little lines in here. Okay, that's going to be it. And like I said earlier, a lot of my models are things that I create. They could be a gun, it could be a pair of brass knuckles. This stuff doesn't have to have specific drawing for it. It's just whatever you think looks good, as long as it's you know, everything is equal, like the holes are round and it's concentric. That's all that really matters, and that it prints properly, and you don't have like weak spots where they're going to break. Stuff's going to break if it's printed with plastic. That's the most important thing. Now obviously if you were manufacturing this out of metal or aluminum or titanium or even carbon fiber, which is harder to machine, you know, you'd have to make sure that the tolerances would have to be there. A lot of these parts are checked on a special machine that actually tells you if it's within tolerance, and it'd have to be machined. That's, yeah, that stuff has to be drawn perfectly. There's no room for error, there's no room for deviations. But if you're drawing a model, you know, just for yourself, it just has to look good, it has to print good, it has to function, and it has to, you know, not break. So that's really the most important thing, and that's really what I'm trying to show you guys here with these tutorials, is that I'm showing you how to create stuff like this from a two-dimensional CAD drawing. You make it a three-dimensional part, and I'm also showing you how to make stuff that I make and that I sell on my Cults website. You know, models, it could be anything. Like I said earlier, it could be a set of brass knuckles. You could make something functional for the house. I've got a pill fob on there that holds, you know, aspirin or whatever. So whatever you want to make, it just has to work for you, and it has to be correct for you. There aren't any set measurements. You know, if you're creating something yourself, you just, as long as you know, it could be the size that you want it to be. It doesn't have to be. There are no set dimensions. There's not a drawing for the part. Something like this, there is a drawing for the part. You do the best that you can with the dimensions that are on there, and hopefully it works out good. Okay, that's going to end today's tutorial. Hopefully you enjoy watching and you got something useful out of the video. Thanks again for watching.